Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our bold analysis. 5 days after Moses Kuria and William Kabogo experienced what they called as a mistreatment in the hands of Rigathi Gachagua during the Mount Kenya Express rallies in Kiambu, Deputy President has blatantly refused, or rather declined, to respond to that protest letter. And for once, I want to say that if there is something that DP has mastered, is the art of playing one for the gallery, the politics of optics. Many have argued about this Mount Kenya, this Kiambu fallout of Kabogo, Kuria, and the rest of the team. But you will see that there are some distinct lines. This is the truth. Moses Kuria is one of the founder members of Hustler Nation, if not UDA party. And Moses Kuria is very close to Deputy President William Ruto than even William Kabogo. William Kabogo, in fact, was just the way he came into the 2022 politics is he was part of Mount Kenya Unity Forum. Then that Mount Kenya Unity Forum split. Martha Karua was picked as Raila's running mate. Mwangi Kiunjuri went his way. Moses Kuria and Kabogo were all joined in Kenya Kwanza. Today, Moses Kuria attended Nairobi Economic Forum. One, in his capacity as party leader of Chama cha Kazi. Two, he is one of the coordinating members or one of the leaders that are behind the Economic Council Advisory, that is Moses Kuria and Rigathi Gachagua. So Rigathi Gachagua was Kirinyaga and William Ruto was in Nairobi. But then you'll see that this is coming at a time when they had said that they were going to boycott, the two of them, Moses Kuria and Kabogo, were going to boycott Kenya Kwanza rallies and meetings until that meeting, until the issues in that letter is addressed. That is what Moses Kuria was asking for in that meeting, or in that letter. That one, he was calling a meeting with the rest of the party leaders in Kenya Kwanza so that they would address what, according to them, was mistreatment. And there are very different interpretations to this. Moses Kuria and William Kabogo are saying that when they went to Kiambu, they campaigned as Kenya Kwanza, but there, the running mate, who is Rigathi Gachagua, decided to campaign on a 6-piece voting, campaigning for Kimani Wamatangi, or rather UDA candidates. This is not sitting comfortable with Kabogo and Kuria. However, I just think that Rigathi Gachagua is not the problem. The problem is not even the problem. Rigathi Gachagua is just the messenger. This is a party position of UDA that Rigathi Gachagua, when he goes somewhere, is going to campaign for UDA candidates. Very valid question has been, very valid argument has been floated that Kuria is a party leader of Chama cha Kazi. Tujibebe Kabogo is the party leader of that Tujibebe party. When they are campaigning without the rest of Kenya Kwanza team, I don't think they campaign for UDA candidates. Honestly, they campaign for their respective candidates. What made it so bad that Gachagua, when Gachagua is campaigning for UDA, they were feeling agitated. And by all fairness, honestly, I think they're becoming unfair to Rigathi Gachagua on this. However, after that letter, we've seen two media engagements, Moses Kuria and Kabogo, and I want us to look at those two. Moses Kuria was speaking in an exclusive Citizen TV, in exclusive interview with Citizen TV. He poked holes in Kenya Kwanza, and not shocking to me because personally I had gone to a rally and seen the way people are being ferried to rallies. He mentioned about the ferried crowds.
I think that there's a problem that's happening in Kenya Kwanza, which for me I find unfortunate. I vowed never to engage in, whereby you transport, we are having 9 meetings in 3 constituencies or 4 constituencies. and then somebody tags along their supporters, their fans. Yeah? I feel, because my position is, if I am going for a meeting in Limuru, I should go just alone, so that I can be able to see whether I have got legitimate support in Limuru.
That is Kuria talking. Personally, I was not shocked kwa sababu I have seen this nimeshaona na macho. Now, this is a very damning statement to Kenya Kwanza, honestly. Just speaking the truth, that is very damning. Now, that was on Citizen. Then I think the next day, William Kabogo, that was yesterday, William Kabogo also had another exclusive interview in NTV. I followed that interview, and even though he was so economical with words, he became a little bit cagey. But the truth of the matter here is, part of what he was saying was just blatantly, in terms of saying the truth. Sometimes you normally say you must lie for the sake of the truth, but he became very open with the truth, saying that there was a problem when the Rigathi Gachagua was picked, and there were issues. And remember, he's the one who came up to talk about the Rigathi Gachagua being a dictator. So also get that.
Pengine swali langu nilibadilisha kidogo. Kwamba Kenya Kwanza imepoteza maarufu kutokana na kuchaguliwa Martha Karua kama mgombea mwenza wa Raila, ni kweli?
Kiasi fulani, si kusema ati percentage kubwa. Kwa kisia kwangu ni kama 3-4%. Lakini pia kuchaguliwa kwa Gachagua kama naibu wa William Ruto kumleta shida kiasi fulani. Na ni kitu usiposema wewe utakuwa usemi ukweli. Lakini watu wengi sisi utaka kunyamaza kwa sababu hutaki iwe ni wewe ulitoka na maneno. But it is there, out there. Ukisoma katika mitandao utaona.
That is not his brand. His brand is boardroom and playing very well for the gallery. Because even if he comes out of a stormy meeting, he will come and put up a brave face and say, you know, look here, there is no problem. Candidate X has decided to step down for candidate A and is going to join a presidential team, and it is strong. And by the way, give him to this. He has successfully done this during the nomination period. If you followed yesterday's meeting in Nakuru, he responded indirectly to Kabogo and Kuria, and I think he has reduced the conversation to a Rigathi Gachagua affair.
Wakati nilikuwa tumepanga na nimechagua Rigathi Gachagua kama naibu ama running mate wangu, watu wengi walikuwa wanasema hapana, unajua Rigathi is a very strong person, unahitaji mtu kidogo ambaye hapo chini. Mimi nikamwambia huyo strong ndio mimi nataka. That strong person ndio mimi kama tunaelewana. Kwa sababu unajua kuna viongozi wengine wako na inferiority complex. Wakiona mtu mwingine anaweza kufaulu zaidi wanamuogopa. Mimi nataka tufaulu pamoja. Na tutafaulu kama tutaungana wale watu wenye uwezo ambao tuweze kutekeleza yale mambo ambayo tunataka.
Now guys, that was a indirect response to what was happening. When do you think there is a little bit of caution when addressing this issue? The DP is normally a very schemy politician and will not rush to make decisions. He must calculate his moves. You might be seeing what is in front of your eyes, but what DP tries to do is to play what is the impact, the politics of impact. So what I see here is the Kenya Kwanza team might be plotting a divide and rule in this Kiambu fallout. Divide and rule is maybe he has come to realization that it's not very difficult. It has become difficult to square out the Kiambu equation with the three candidates on fold. So what they can do is to divide Kuria and Kabogo. After that fallout, remember Kuria did not have an altercation with Wamatangi. Kabogo had an altercation with Wamatangi. So you isolate Kabogo, bring Kuria on fold, then it's easy to negotiate between the two people, between Kuria and Wamatangi. Remember, as we talk now, UDA Senate candidate, Zikarungi Warangwa, I can't remember the name, is the name, is struggling to prove to legitimize his candidature, and the IBC District Resolution Committee dismissed or rather disqualified him. He's now trying to find a redress in the High Court. In any case, that guy is clearly blocked, and you never know. It can also be the making of Deputy President to find a way to solve the Kiambu equation. If that position falls vacant, then DP will have a luxury of solving dispute between Kuria and Wamatangi. Tell Kuria, go for Senate, let Wamatangi vie for governor. It is very possible. So that is one thing I see. And it's upon then Kabogo to play his cards carefully. Kabogo is so committed into the governor race. I don't think he can revert back to the Senate because, again, he has never served as a governor. In any other approach of addressing the Kiambu fallout, it must be done in a manner that will not insubordinate Rigathi Gachagua. One thing that we'll see is at the height of that fallout, William Kabogo came out to punch holes on Gachagua, saying that he's a dictator and is the person that messed the whole thing. What that tells you is the problem has to be reduced to a Rigathi Gachagua thing. So if in any case we're going to bring, and maybe the argument is one that Gachagua was wrong, honestly, Gachagua is not only going to affect the Kiambu, but the Mount Kenya equation. So Ruto has to be very careful because Gachagua's counterpart on Azimio, who is Martha Karua, is one that is actually rising in popularity. Now, there is something in that letter that I think Moses Kuria's team and Kabogo, they just goofed. They're saying they were addressing that letter to the party leaders, UDA, and the Moses Wetangula and Musalia Mudavadi. So the issue was a Kiambu issue, and they're saying they're being mistreated, or rather parties from Mount Kenya are being balkanized, unlike the other parties from the rest of the country. So this is not something that Ruto would want to escalate to Musalia Mudavadi or Moses Wetangula. Why? The problem that is facing Kabogo and Kuria and Kiambu is the same problem that Musalia Mudavadi and Wetangula are facing in Western, but in Western it has metamorphosized to a different level. It is not at political. Here, they're just being turned out on a political parties basis. Remember some time 2 weeks ago, Musalia Mudavadi complained that William Ruto's party decided to field a candidate in Sebastia constituency, that is the home of Musalia Mudavadi, while Mudavadi would envision a situation where it's only ANC that will field a candidate in Vihiga. So if you bring the party leaders into the table, you might not find a solution. One, you have to know that first, Mudavadi and the team, they all had a bitter bile against Gachagua. So in that table, Gachagua might really find it very rough. It will actually become very difficult. Look at Bungoma. Apart from the governor and senate candidate, majority of those other MP seats, UDA in field candidates, starting with the Didmas Baraza, and someone was saying if Ruto wanted to help Wetangula and these other parties, angeambia kina Didmas Baraza, because they can easily win those seats, watoke UDA waingie Ford Kenya. Or maybe watoke these other parties, then Wanyama, watoke UDA, waingie the other parties, the Western parties. So that with that, wange strengthen the Western party. So the problem cannot be solved in a same table with Musalia and Wetangula because they undergo through the same treatment. Then, lastly, a blunder of seeing the media exposure of the problem. This is something that DP Ruto does not like. I think this is something that annoys him. Remember just yesterday he was sending away journalists from a meeting. So he would not want these interviews. And remember some time back, I think it was Oscar Sud that was saying that media has been doing skewed interviews where wanaita tu watu wa UDA or rather wa Kenya Kwanza, and they do a lot of personalized interviews or rather character assassination interviews. What DP Ruto is seeing is a situation where these people are exposing or rather washing the dirty linen of the house. My River Between says that you should not wash your linen, you should not remove the old skin of the house. Kama wageni wako. It was done by Ngugi wa Thiong'o. I don't know whether I remember that. So that is not something that works well. A situation where someone comes and says, look here, the Rigathi Gachagua is a problem. Second, you're gonna beba watu ukipeleka rallies. Honestly, while you know that the communication team of deputy president, presidential team spend a lot of time and a lot of resources to create powerful photos on perception about crowds. What do you think Ruto is going to do with that letter? And how best should the Kiambu stalemate be solved? That's my bold analysis.